Driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea, think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I am so glad you're here. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, branding. We're talking about building a travel brand that really stands out. Tell me in comments if you struggle with this. Rank yourself on 1 to 10 as I put in comments. If you're watching on YouTube later, 1 being, I'm not getting any leads. I feel like my branding's terrible. 10 being, man, I could train you, Cyndi, on branding. I'm getting hundreds of leads every single month. Whatever side of the spectrum you're on, I want to know, because that helps me kind of gauge how the live stream can help you today and also future content. But if you want to learn the importance of exceptional branding, the 2 biggest mistakes I see happening with the clients that I train and just in new agencies I see popping up out there, and then also how to curate a brand that really stands out, then stay tuned. That's what we're doing on the live stream today.
Come take my hand, I will walk with you. I won't let go till you say so. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. Wanna make sure that you understand.
All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment and like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you're watching over on YouTube. If you're not already watching us on YouTube, definitely make sure you go over there. I put new tips, tricks. There's additional videos that don't come out here on Facebook that come out on YouTube that are going to help you with your travel business, so definitely check that out. Today, we're talking about branding. And by the way, if you're new here, type a little "I'm new" below. I'd love to welcome you to our community. And if you're new, you might not know who I am. My name is Cyndi Williams. I'm the founder and CEO of Careers on Vacation, which helps people launch, grow, and supersize their travel businesses all over the world. That's what I'm best known for. But I also own and operate my own nationally recognized award-winning travel agency where we test all this stuff that we're training you. And I train hundreds and hundreds of travel brands every single year, and have thousands and thousands in my overall career. So we've tested a lot of the things, all of the things that we talk about from a training perspective on this channel. So welcome if you are new here. But guys, today we're diving into branding, and I think it's such a good topic because it's spring. We're thinking about renewing, refreshing. Even if you've been in the business 10 years, I know some of you ask yourselves, is my branding getting outdated? Is it on point? Am I attracting the right clients that I want to attract? Your branding is so important. That's where I want to start today. The importance of branding and understanding your brand speaks before you do. There have been studies that have been done that say people see you, and in under 2 to 3 seconds, they've already made a decision. They've already made a judgment on if they feel like they like it or don't, if it resonates with them or they don't. And if it doesn't resonate with them, they're moving on to the next, or moving on to the rest of their day. Or, we're working with 7-second attention spans is what the data tells us in the marketing world today, right? So making sure your brand is going to stand out to the clients that you're trying to attract is so important, because you might be like, well, I'm not getting leads. I'm not even, if there are crickets happening, if you don't open your laptop every single day and there's not new leads happening all of the time, especially in this environment where we are so busy. My Wanderlust CEOs that I train in my year-long program are having record-breaking sales, record-breaking leads. My Careers on Vacation students, we support them in launching their travel businesses. A lot of times people get to the end of the program, they've sold their first few trips. Not in this environment. We have so many selling crazy numbers before they even graduate. So there are leads like flowing out there right now. So if you're not getting a good lead flow, that's an indication that something might be off with your branding. It's the first thing to really assess it. What does your branding say? And I get it. A lot of you are like, Cyndi, I built this DIY. I built it from the ground up. That's how I built my business too. Don't get me wrong. But you have to really hold yourself accountable to, if you're not getting the results that you want, really doing some troubleshooting and branding. When I take on an experienced agent or an experienced agency owner, one of the first things we look at on the checklist is, what do we feel like their branding is saying to the world? Is it in alignment with who they are, what their brand voice is, what they're trying to accomplish, what their goals are? And if that is off in any way, first of all, fixing it can just, open the floodgates for more business. But also just it's so hard to, when you're in your own brand and you're in your own head and you see it all the time, and especially if you think it's great, it's sometimes you have to get that second, third, fourth set of eyes to go, am I just gaslighting myself? Like, is it really doing what I think it's doing out in the world? So just understand, branding is so important, and so first of all, congratulations to you for watching this live stream and being open to the conversation of, should I be looking at my branding? Kudos to that. That just shows that you're here to do the work and to get results, and that's awesome. And here's the other thing about your branding. It is a magnet for clients. And it is a magnet for the clients you want, but it can also be a magnet for the clients you don't want, right? If your branding's not good, if you're pulling in tire kickers or people that are wasting your time, or you have a lot of that going on, it's probably because your branding is not at the level where you're screening out, right? The good marketing, and this is a layer deeper than branding, but good marketing will offend the wrong people and it will attract the right people, right? So you want to think about that. And the 2-second rule, right? So that's the importance of branding, guys. It speaks before you do. You could be losing hundreds of clients just because your branding isn't at the level that it needs to be. So that's why it's so important. Now, let me talk about the 2 biggest mistakes I see happening out there. And look, if you've made these mistakes, it's not a big deal. We all make mistakes. Like I'm a coach, a teacher in my heart. I built these huge travel brands, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I had to go through a ton of lessons. So there's no judgment on wherever you are with your branding right now. But what the number one mistake is that I see happening is people DIY their logo because they feel like they don't have enough money to either do a custom logo or do something that is a little more curated, or invest in a designer to build their logo. I get it. For those of you who are on a shoestring budget, but I also sometimes see those same agencies will spend money on things that don't make sense, right? Your branding is one of those things. If you can invest in that in the beginning, it makes such a difference because you're going to put and splash that logo everywhere. And a lot of times the thinking is, well, I'll upgrade it later, right? And while you can do that, absolutely, if resources tight, I get it. Like not everybody's situation is the same, so you can do that. But here's my question for you. What is your time worth? Because when you go through a rebrand, and I do rebrands not all the time, but I will refresh my brand and do like a facelift or do different things as my brand evolves and grows and as we have these different companies. So, but when you make a change, my point is it is so much work, you guys, to go find all of the old logos and get rid of them. We had this, tell me if you guys remember this. When I first launched Careers on Vacation, I had this like cartoon Cyndi, and it was like a little cartoon that looked like me, and it was cute, and I loved it at the time. But then I was like, I don't think I like this cartoon Cyndi anymore. And so we started to like take cartoon Cyndi away. You guys, last week, I'm gonna tell my staff, if you ever find cartoon Cyndi, let me know so we can go kill her, because we're putting her into retirement. I'm thanking her for her service and she's moving on. We still find those logos because we make videos, we do all the things, we have a marketing machine, and I cannot possibly remember the thousands of places that I put cartoon Cyndi as part of my branding logos at the time, years and years ago, right? So that's my same question for you, is like, do you want that time and stress later? Or could you maybe hold off a month? Or could you save a little bit of money before you do launch? I would rather you spend that in your logo, because it really is, it's really a valuable investment at the beginning of your journey. The second biggest mistake I see happening when people build a logo is they build a logo around what they think people want instead of how they want to serve the world in a powerful way. What do I mean by that? All the time I hear, I want to have luxury clients. Well, great. First, don't DIY your logo, because that's not going to resonate with luxury clients most of the time, right? But if you want to have luxury clients, that's great. Does your website say luxury? Do you say luxury in your interactions? Is every layer of your business, it's not just in your branding package, but it's also in how you serve people, how you communicate, how you show up in that luxury space. So it's a whole conceptual idea you have to have in your mind. You can't just say, I want luxury clients and I think this logo is going to solve all my problems. And the other thing is, if you really want to have a luxury logo, you have to go uber curated if you're trying to reach people who are traveling on private jets and who have $100,000 budgets for their vacations. They're not gonna respond to a clip art logo, right? Or clip art type branding. So you have to recognize if you, in that market, and also you want to ask yourself, is that really what I want? Because a lot of people, when I get to know them, I'll say, I don't think you're a luxury brand. And it's not because I don't think they're capable of selling luxury vacations, but it's more of like they might have a great fun element to what they do, or they might just be more casual in their approach, but in a really fun and interesting way. And you can still make an incredible amount of money by leaning into who they are and showing up as who they are in a powerful way, in a branding package that is authentic to who they are and how they want to serve the world. When you do that, that is where the magic happens, right? I laugh because I was watching this video yesterday, and I don't know why it popped on my feed. I follow this lady on YouTube called Super Car Blondie or something. I don't know. She reviews all these fancy cars. I'm not really into fancy cars, but I just have this pop in my brain because they had like a clip. One of her guys is like, this is like if you're one of those online social media people and you drive up in this Bentley and you're like, I'm in this Bentley and blah, blah, blah. And I just thought of the best idea for me personally. I was like, yeah, that would be funny, but then have the Bentley drive away and have a minivan. And then like, oh, that's my car as a mom, right? Because I am not going to drive a Bentley. It's just not going to happen. Even if I can afford it, it's not going to happen. I have 3 kids, 2 boys, whatever. So, how I show up in the world, how we have our agency is we are a luxury boutique agency that doesn't take ourselves too seriously. That's our branding message and kind of roll up and how we think about ourselves. But where we show up, we have a lot of fun interjected, and everything that we do in our agency is weaved with that philosophy of we're luxury, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. And understanding our brand message and brand voice kind of comes over time. So you have to think about being true to who you are. That's so important as you're growing, especially for those of you that are like single travel agents out there. When I say single, I mean operating as a single person shop, right? And if you are an agency owner, you also have to ask that question because your agency is always an extension of you and then the agents that work for you as well. So you need to do a deep dive and ask yourself some serious questions about how do I want to serve the world? Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Ooh, okay, we'll see. How do I want to serve the world in a powerful way? And does this feel authentic to who I am? Right? So that's kind of how you want to align your marketing. If you build that from there, it doesn't mean you can't get clients that don't book $100,000 trips. You certainly can, but people see through fake. They see through fake. Authenticity is the new sales. Authenticity is the new marketing. You have to show up real because people can sniff anything that is not real, right? People get in my mastermind class for the programs we train, and they're like, Cyndi, I'm so glad you're exactly what I thought you would be. And I'm like, I don't have time or energy to be anything that I'm not. What you see on YouTube is exactly what you're going to get in class in terms of showing up and helping you with your business, right? You guys have to do the same things with your agency. So how do I curate a brand that stands out? Couple of things. If you guys have questions about any of this stuff, type them in comments now. I'm going to go to comments after I go through this last section. I will answer any questions, even if they're not about branding, feel free to ask away. And I also want to remind you guys, we have a freebie for you this month. I've been getting a lot of feedback. Cyndi, which videos should I watch first on YouTube now that you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos? And by the way, thank you for making us the #1 channel on YouTube for travel agents. We're about to hit 25,000 subscribers. So excited. I'm going to do a contest or something. I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to it. But this little freebie for the month includes our top 10 most watched videos to help you, the most free ones. So these are all free. You can literally go to wanderlustceo.com/spring and download that little guy, and it will literally give you all the links. That way, if you're new here, you can kind of go and check those out for sure. All right, let's talk about, okay, Cyndi, how do I now curate a brand that stands out? So I've already hinted at it. The first thing is you need to have an exceptional logo. You need to have an exceptional logo targeted at that represents your authenticity, how you want to serve the world, and that is a match for what I call your client avatar. Who's your ideal client, right? When those things are in alignment, that's where the magic happens. Above and beyond your logo, you need to think about way more than a logo in today's day and age. You need to think about, what are my brand standards? That means, do you have a secondary logo? What are your exact color matches that you use when you print any materials? If you do a brochure, if you do a banner, if you do a magnet on your car, if you do any of the 8,000 things we train people in our programs, what are the exact colors you're going to use? What are the exact fonts you're going to use? What are the exact wallpapers you're going to use? What are the exact logos, primary, secondary, and otherwise, that you would potentially use in your marketing package? And if you're right now going, oh my gosh, Cyndi, I didn't think of any of that stuff, it's okay. Look, like, you're evolving, you're growing, you're watching this video, that's fine. But these are things, as you start to show up in places like Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all the places, you're going to need what we call marketing assets to put in the right places to make sure your brand stands out, right? So you want to think about that, curating that in a really powerful, strong way. The second thing is, you want to give yourself the grace to grow. I am really big on failing, what I call failing forward. We never really yell at our kids if they fail. We just say, what did you learn? Because the secret, you guys, is as long as you learn from the lesson, it's not really a failure. We recently interviewed a school that we're looking at for my daughter, and in their little promo video, they said the smartest thing, and I loved it. They said, there's only one class that you don't get a grade in, and it's our business class, because we want to give our students the opportunity to fail, because we know that you learn more in the failures than you do in the successes. And I was like, poof, they get it. They get it. These are my people, right? So that's one of those things where failing is not the enemy. Not trying is the enemy. And that's a whole nother video. But you guys hear what I'm saying. You have to give yourself the grace to grow. Even if you come up with the best logo ever and you have the most amazing branding packages and you do all the things, you still don't know how to show up in these spaces. That is a learning process. It took me years to find my voice on Instagram, find my voice on Facebook, find my face on YouTube, find my face we're now on TikTok, right? Which, by the way, if you're not following us in all those places, go check it out. I don't know. TikTok is just some funny stuff going on over there. Instagram, if you want to see where I'm traveling this summer, that's a great one to follow, or how we do these things behind the scenes and not just the front-facing videos. We had to do some fun stuff on Instagram. But point being is, I took a lot of time to really understand how I wanted to serve in each of those platforms, how I wanted to show up, how I wanted to help people, and how I articulated that through my branding, through my voice, through my messaging. Give yourself the grace to grow. The only way that it's going to get better is if you get in there and you suck at it first, and then every day you get 1% better, right? If you get 1% better, every time you do something, you're 100% better 100 times after you do it, right? So you have to give yourself that grace to grow. The last one on curating an exceptional brand is really understanding these are foundational pieces to start evolving with your marketing, branding, curating something that's special, having these things in alignment. This is all foundational work. Once this is done, in order to really get that lead flow just coming in like crazy, you need to then put real marketing systems in place. So do this foundational work, guys. When you are ready, think about reaching out to us at Careers on Vacation. This is where we help you set up your marketing systems. We show you how to show up on Facebook, all the other platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, video strategy, and how to take your business to the next level. This is our 12-week mastermind. It is not just an online program. You get to work with real humans. Imagine that. Me and my team help you curate your special brand and take it to the next level. And we have the most video case studies in the travel industry. And I'm so excited. You guys have been so gracious with sharing the results. My clients have been so graceful with just sharing their results online. We're so excited that we are not only ASTA affiliated, but we have that on our track record too. So check that out. If How I Train resonates with you, you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready-now. Please apply early. Our program sells out every single month, and usually about mid-month, we're then waitlisting into the next month. So please, if you're thinking about Careers on Vacation for the summertime, get your applications things in early. You can reserve classes for future if you get approved to go in the program and if we have space. And with that, I'm going to go over and check questions, see what you guys have for me today. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Holly, good morning. Hey, Sarah, good morning. I loved your Mother's Day post, Sarah. That was so cute. Hey, Carrie, how are you, my friend? Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday to you for sure. Sophia, welcome. You guys don't have any questions today. I am so impressed. Let me check over on YouTube and see what we have over there. All right, I have a question over on YouTube. If I don't have the resources to invest in a brand, should I hold off starting my business or go ahead and create my own logo on something? Okay, I think I'm reading that correctly. I need to check my glasses prescription. So here's the thing. There are so many things to putting together a travel business. There are a ton of things you can start working on while you're saving for that logo. You need to learn how to be a travel agent, right? You need to learn how to set up your business. You need to put all of this architecture in place to show up in this online space. So I think the question would really be, how long is it going to take you to save that for that logo? Is it going to be a month or two? Do all the other stuff and then plan like a brand review, brand reveal. Oh, too many words happening today and not enough coffee. That's what I want you to do. That's how I would approach that if you're on a budget, because I would rather you have that good branding from the beginning. I really do think that that's important. I mean, do what you can. If you can't do that, do what you can and kind of go from there. But that would be ideal in my mind for sure. For sure. All right, let me check. Oh my gosh, I lost my spot on the feed. Hang on. Live stream. By the way, where's everybody going on vacation this summer? Anyone going anywhere fun? We're doing a cruise, a giant cruise, maybe a couple of cruises. All the things happening. Good. You guys are funny. Hello. Yes, we're getting hellos from all over the world. All right. Nerp says, how much do I need to save to get a logo design professionally? That's a great question. So it depends on the designer. And here's the thing. You can also work with companies that kind of have this Uber economy with logos, things like 99 Design or Design Crowd, things like that, where a lot of artists will bid on your business. That's an option for you too. But for a really if you're really trying to go after luxury, a great thing to do is go to lots of designers, look at their work, find something that really resonates with you. That's how the Cyndi Williams Globe, if you guys have seen that, is like my super fave. Do I have it on here anywhere? Let me see. I'm sure I do have it somewhere. But the Cyndi Williams Globe that we use in all of our marketing, I found the designer and then I talked to them about what packages they had, and that's how we started that process. And a lot of designers will let you pay like half now, half when it's done, and sometimes it takes a month to go through that process. So just be transparent with them and ask them, and sometimes they might even have a payment plan. That might be an option for you too. But I would try to find an artist that you like and start there, and then their rates are going to be their rates based on how good they are. So for sure. I had another question I skipped over. Hey, Carrie, Gold Digger. Yes, Gold Digger. So good. Holly, good morning. I'm actually working on module 4. That's good. Holly's in our program. Holly's one of our Careers on Vacation students. So Holly, you're just starting the marketing modules. So you're going to get the behind the scenes instruction on all of the things that you should be doing. One of the things we do over in Careers on Vacation, guys, is our students can post their logo versions, and then they can get recommendations from our branding expert, from me. And so they really, by the time they get to the end of our process, they're feeling really great about that. And sometimes I think one of the hardest parts of my job, we were talking about this with the team yesterday, is when I have to give people tough feedback where, they're like, isn't this beautiful? It's the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, but you told me your target client is this. And from working with you, like these are your niches and these are things you're going to be doing. Sometimes we have to coach them up into pushing and holding them accountable to just getting it to that next level, because my job is to help them get clients in the door, and I know what's going to do that. So Holly will be helping you with that for sure. But that's one of those things when you are in this, and my students are so amazing. All my Careers on Vacation students are amazing. They all take feedback super, super well. But that is a hard part of my job. When I have to do that, I always start with love. Here are my observations and here are my thoughts on this. You can do with it what you will. Here's what I would change. Here's what I would tweak, or here's what I think you should squash it and look at a new one. We give really, really good, real feedback, because we don't work for a host. We don't work for anyone else. We work for our clients, right? So Holly, we're gonna make sure your branding is amazing by the time you get out of the program, just like all of our other students. But guys, this was so helpful today. Don't forget to go pick up this free spring download that will really help you if you're looking for more education. And when you're ready, reach out to us for Careers on Vacation. We'd love to talk to you about that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell on YouTube to get all of our free content. And I will see you guys. Will I see you next week? I will not see you next week. Next week is our week off. We take 1 week off, but I will be with you the following week after that. We'll be back to live streams every week here at 10 a.m. Central. Between now and then, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish the world. See you guys next time. Bye, guys.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
It's calling me.